Before we begin, I would like to just note a slight change in our program. Unfortunately, Her Excellency President Dr. Hilda C. Heine could not be here today to deliver the keynote address. This will take place on Monday at 1:45 p.m. at the International Conference Center. As is custom in many of our Pacific nations, we will start our evening with the opening prayer. And so if I may invite Reverend Lawson Matauto to please come up and open with a prayer.
No more sounds. Good evening to you all. Jochar, let us pray. Elbam namaram kambololo kanjirabalap chemu ilang. Chemanam yuroju bulam or Jesus Christ. Kin chodani nirvana mane mai bujo. Akjun chodane agar lap and all been crane Pacific in. Echibul island gain all around Pacific. Jar kubadang anatan kamane in kajungun walim Triennial conference and all been crane Pacific in one. Ganagi chinoy kaptan lagu in one. Kachita kami bukan kubat. In pitaraman talagi. Opening ceremony pension talawan ikan ceraman. Kerarin wach. Roratu jen joko chapter. Kapron ay pokkonay. Kan mini ani pachonay aji wajenin. Wawan kitaraman. Kitaraman programin ani kerarin wach do pachvi nan majil kain kajunan hosi. Ido yeni. Kau di manityo. Kau di vidaro. Kau di rora organize programin. Pen nekani jenaman. Jinjungan jamun jinojan raini. Pachonay kachite wani pun kitaraman talagi. And Kane Kajamul Olive Triennial Conference and Olive Green Pacific. Rukumatukia, Choices and Nalwachet, Belangan Pacific. Can Minik Kamuru Pachonal and Yola Chemuila. We now ask the good Lord, our Heavenly Father, Almighty, gracious, to bless the 15th Triennial Conference of the Pacific Women, which will be starting from today on until they come to the conclusion of it. Once again, O Lord, bless the opening ceremony now and also bless for those going to take part this evening. But your name, come on. Amen.
Komoltada, Reverend. Thank you for the blessings. If I may invite everyone to please stand up for the national anthem of the Republic of the Marshall Islands, which will be led by Ms. Fern Lehman-Steggy. Thank you, Fern, for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Please help me welcome our first speaker for this evening, Leroy Esther Jadagaya, to deliver the welcoming remarks. Oh, yeah, please, I'm sorry, please be seated. And if, please will help me welcome our first speaker for this evening, Leroy Esther Jadagaya.
Yako yang naolep. Mutala inan kamolo lanis. Kenjoni yang mani mai bojo ingan keju dalam tata kerero. Kecil lagi. Jadi kamolo lani be abar. Itu choni yang nganar bar kobai lo hari colokan dalelen cale lagi. Ini nganar pok yenin yang mani mai bojo. Yang kalau ke ini kan jam ngain. Ay kamolo lero yo chadu lero jesto sedaya iloan kar kile win barong podo nane wan imi dai kachong pridi wa hinane ge inan me yo me ar kanan win kalangan ko mang lo chodi ni em mo ta dai inan kile iro joroan ilom man ar bigiro air kapi ne wa diolat na lokor ro kacuyo pansel ilo kalangin majel ge di kampor kanan kiri ram kau di ko ba to wil do chodi ni anyway you welcome to my island alam tada yon bejuru chibun ko ila ko ela ban ayelun kinan igmana nai pokonal ilo yeni na orok at karain pacific kayo karay in majal in paray no ro yung ranay ko ba sen ailung kinan lo kuy lagi kile Triennial excellency president in ministerial MOCIA ko ba president in yo yung ahora obviado sibang kwe enta para kaini mado yawan kwe lagin dito ko dyan nan ko an bagi an piling ko ba lon mato yo me kwalo ke joje walo jen chuan dal chiri do me mnanani kajaraman ke ime kun na jeng chalaga lalina yang echon lalo medik agam nani kejeraman kejeng elba lalgain ralat kile kejeng cinga yirai do dam loan iruj lalgo ralangan kejeng jeng ceraman isparaino pa janganan por film karwai ini drain me eno that eno ke ching balele de rebel Iperilo Kuilawin, Secretary Colonel Prime Minister, Vice President, Ministers, Ambassadors, im aulem matan talginya ko, siyan nalgin. Im panlalgo siya ko ba, rebedi, dalgo siya rugo viper. Im melelege, eber, iper rongole men lalgo siya. Inde parrong ke, kapten kain kajuanan, kuila kain silu ipendron. Ilo chono diyan, im chono dalaw. Kuila koan, chungulanim, Triennial Women Conference, Radical Ministry, Women Aid Ministerial Women Meeting, in Pacific Island Forum Secretariat, Chuanin, Ode Poro, Elape, Ewaloke, Army Yurigan, Lalinar, Yim Kan, Honat, Tonight, Chen Kovac, Tongan, Company, Quilapin. Kamolol gan rude rain, pues chuani nian, ego vado gupen, olive rude ro, imbre, dolor jaget, and kamaraman moral carrero. Kamolol kien yawar, and dolor jaget serval gain, im elaptada, poco lalgain, poco lalgain with. Ngan, ini calon nan elap, ijro kejuit ilom najuro ngan ar kubi pendron im karne i rajang chor cholo put dan rajang kejuit ilom najuro ngan ar kubi pendron im karreo kalau man tu kuar ilo ar kubi pendron karwai ni ron serwali pendron eno dalinar ichutaken manit jadi kamolo duro jan barwai ini ande romantis ceraman ilo koilawi ini alat imina pok konal im dero jero mata yon mejro ngan keman puiden ko bay keman ichunien parpe mainado pendron ani di berwis yen in auro ewangan kung karero choni dia como kani jing ruin ini jalli rojin ari yang ni majan kalau tok nan gi nan bo inten kalau ngan ke jang lo chodi ini ini nan pa gi bu dei lo chodi ini pen ngar jam ngayo a ar pili dong ngan pokok nan gi nan ngan ke jang karero kit gi nan in raja majan kalau ngan ke jang em nan war kapko ba wai do raja gi nan ge chen ke kim rabiji mani tu ko war war rai ni den cholok e cholam manit eno chalak rei do rei dak e dan rong long manit am manit ge mani dinar yang cholak yang ani jang auruk ime chok ke jang ar kalong mani dinar yang ke jang cholak ge ichu oilung ar kalong to e inar karang manit ngan ke jang deno dam jej e chenani ime janani Ewa, beninot mong kanina mo.
Como Lerod Kadene Albertar for delivering the remarks on behalf of Lerod Esther Chatagaya. If I may invite our next speaker, Ms. Ana Ruth Ryer Samuel, owner of Digib Atoll, who will be delivering the traditional remarks on behalf of the Chairman and Council of Chiefs.
Come on, MC Andrea. What I know when Malagam deliberate and nani chen moyoni roads, the roads, monorail. Kanan delak nabaram kamolo lani chemerilang. Ken meur, ed meurum charaman gain, echep pujaragan kiraman kitabi. Her Excellency Dr. Hilda C. Aini, President of Republic of the Marshall Islands. honorable ministers, Iroj Lani Kadwa, and members of the Council of Iroj, Reverend Lozen Mataudo, and members of the clergy, Honorable Prince and Wase, and members of the Nidijalan, Honorable Carl Hinkram, and members of the Judiciary Branch, Honorable Riming Ring, and members of the Marshall Islands Mayor Association, government leaders, members of the Diplomatic Corps, President of the Chamber of Commerce, and members of business community, distinguished heads of delegation, esteemed guests, all women's organizations in the Pacific, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, allow me to convey to each and every one of you a warm greetings of Yahweh on behalf of the Council of Euros. Our gathering here today signifies our appreciation and regional cooperation and solidarity. Welcome to all heads of delegations, representatives, and participants of the 15th Triennial Conference of Pacific Women and the 8th meeting of Pacific Ministers for Women to the Marshall Islands. I join Leroy Kitiene on behalf of my colleague Leroy Esther Chedegea in welcoming remarks to all of our delegates who have arrived safely for the conference. Without reservation, I graciously associate the Council of Heroes and its membership with the words of blessings. I would like also to extend a special recognition to all the women in the Pacific region, whom we call the Mothers of the Pacific. On behalf of the Council and its membership, I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere heartfelt thanks for the invitation extended to the Council of Heroes to participate this year. I hope this relationship will continue as we work together to empower women as they are Chiner Kibet, a mother with tears, Karay Imajaray, women carrying loads, Karay John Chapok, the woman being resilient and not letting go, and Karay Imankel, resourceful woman. Your theme, Unpilining Koba Kaman Lomedo for Resilient and Sustainable Pacific, displays an essential message of call all the women in the Pacific to come and join forces in sharing their unique perspectives and strengthening mutual responsibilities to achieve the shared goal of a resilient and sustainable Pacific as part of cultural heritage. Each triplet of distinctive ideas will become a successful goal or collective cultural preservation project. Carrero, Chirongro, Lerigro, Trijo im Ukwet. Yipendon im Kamanechuan Charabal, Pentabarak, Ilar Kaude im Kayabaro, Mandinar. The theme, Empowering Tomorrow's Leaders, is a very powerful message to those young women between the ages of 17 to 25 years old, and I am convinced the organizers of the agenda for Young Women's Triennial Conference are weaponizing their experiences in life to encourage young women to seriously considering the opportunity to join the Pacific Regional Women Leadership Club.
Cook Islands, may I call upon Honorable Rose Turkey Brown and Mr. Brown. Fiji. May I call upon Linta Tampua, Minister, Fiji. Pula Pinaka Linda. It's good to see you again. May I call upon Kiribati, Honorable Martin Morrissey, Maori. May I call upon Honorable Chairman Scotty Nauru, Yakamamaur Omo, Molilo, Mortada. May I call upon Solomon Islands, Olakehta, Honorable Minister Frida Tuki Rangiray. We have Arab delegations who are still coming in the next few days, and I would like to recognize them even if they are not with us tonight, but I know they will be watching this reception, so I just like to recognize them and say thank you. We'll be looking forward to see you virtually or even on your arrival in the next few days. We have FSM congressmen with us this evening. I would like to call upon them to also recognize them. They're part of the FSM delegation that's joining this important meeting. Can we give them an applause? We also have our own women from the neighboring islands who have also traveled afar to be here in Majuro for this important meeting. Can I call upon Udemy participants? We also have our very own Majari Kulap, who are also coming from the neighboring islands, who are also here with us this evening. Yun kapubok, kumulta pa. And can I call upon our very organizers, SPC, South Pacific Community, please stand up. And our Pacific Island Forum, Secretariat, they're also part of this organizing Triennial. Imeligtada im jabirigtada ikanan kamolol karain manjarro im raberipen lo eligan relevant rain chodi ni no kumardok im pubadok ikanan kamolol kum kan kriyo ankien ilo amigar pubadok im peri mi kanan balala chuan kapubuk ngan karero chen manjarro kachugo.
Komodada. Thank you, Secretary. Our next speaker will be delivering remarks on behalf of the Pacific community. If I may invite Mr. Miles Young, Director for the Human Rights and Social Development Division, to please take the podium.
Thank you very much. Noting that all protocols have been observed, may I also acknowledge the due reverence for the opening prayer, for leading us in that beautiful song, and also all the distinguished speakers who have spoken before me. Thank you very much. Yakwe and good evening. On behalf of the Pacific Community SPC, I pay respects to the leadership of the Republic of the Marshall Islands, both past and present, and to cultural custodians of the Blue Pacific continent. May I also acknowledge all indigenous peoples. May I also acknowledge all indigenous peoples and communities who call the Pacific their home. Inspired and guided by the mana and wisdom of her peoples, SPC offers our services in the spirit of humility, reciprocity, and solidarity. I'm deeply honored this evening on behalf of SPC Director Dr. Stuart Minchin to convey a warm SPC welcome to the 15th Triennial Conference of Pacific Women. The Triennial Conference and the Pacific Ministers for Women's meeting, which immediately follows, have been priorities for SPC for the past 45 years. And we are grateful to Her Excellency President Heine and the Government of the Republic of the Marshall Islands and Honorable Minister Gaspar for its partnership in convening these events this year. This year it's an historic occasion. It's the first time the Triennial Conference is being held in the Marshall Islands, and I believe in Micronesia. And the Honorable Minister Gaspar, komoltata to you and your team for hosting this wonderful dinner. As well, please convey our thanks to Her Excellency President Heine. I know she couldn't be with us today. And your team for this wonderful dinner in this very beautiful space here at the College of the Marshall Islands. And Navalevu also for being the most generous and welcoming of hosts, reflecting the incredible warmth and beauty of this to deliberate and take decisions on issues concerning women and girls, gender equality, and the realization of human rights for women in the Pacific. The discussions will no doubt be rich and cover a range of issues. A key part of the triennial will be to reflect on progress towards the outcomes of past triennials. I'm pleased to inform that through the Pacific Women Lead at SPC program, around 17 million Australian dollars has been committed to grants to a range of organizations across the Pacific to implement projects in support of the 2021 Triennial Conference outcomes and other gender equality commitments in the region. So Vinakva Levu to the Australian government, Komotata, for its generous investment in gender equality in the Pacific. So a round of applause, please. Some of you may have attended the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture, which was recently held in Hawaii. You may have attended, spoke to how we can utilize better positive expressions of Pacific culture in informing and progressing the work in gender equality. And I hope in a few days there will be an opportunity at the conference to give consideration to that intersection between culture and progressing gender equality in the region. And noting the continuing relatively low representation of women across our national parliaments and at the highest levels of decision making in the private sector, there may be an opportunity also to discuss revitalizing the conversation around affirmative action and special measures. On the journey of understanding that gender equality benefits everyone in our community. But whatever the issues covered, please be assured that SBC stands ready to work alongside you and our development partners to support your decisions and convenings. This commitment reflects the highest priority which SBC gives to supporting gender equality in the region. Finally, friends and colleagues, I wish to humbly acknowledge all the women engaging in the convenings this week, whether in person or online. All of you are truly inspirational and role models in your own right. And the contribution of Pacific women and girls to all facets of our communities are critically and fundamentally important if our blue Pacific continent is to achieve its full potential. Ultimately, the Triennial Conference is a space for Pacific women and girls in all their diversity to lead deliberations, discussions, and decision-making, and rightly and deservedly so. With that acknowledgement and those few words, may I wish all of us the very best for this week and confirm once again that SBC very much looks forward to supporting the outcomes of this week's campaign. Komotata, Mavalevu, Msiboku, thank you very much.
Tata,
Yeah, but and I have to apologize on part of our team. I would like to recognize Toma, Honorable Peggy Samuela, don't come on in. Please stand up. We also have a representative as a head of television from the wing, Maureen Florence from Montana.
Komoldaban, once again, welcome to our honorable leaders and the delegations. Testing. Last but not least, if I may invite onto the stage Senator Daisy Momota, Presidential Envoy for Women, to do the thanks.
Tayo naman, bubalulo natin caruan really. Represent Mataudo. Yang kamulol sendiri lang. Jodi ni nakabana ibu yun, kapten nur na ibu. At tata kau din. Yun ang pili. Her Excellency, Madam President Hilda C. Heine, First Gentleman. Moreno Tolivan, yung purong cabinet naman, o Parajarayo. Vice Speaker Wazi Karajaran, Vice Speaker Chakrayat, and your Karajaran, and all of them member in the Jalayo, and Ro Karajaran. Pilih mo yung maniro Chairman Lani, Kapua, and all of you Rojan, the Rojan, the Pet, the Moving Road, Water Rail. Yung parayin mo, pilih all of them Rojan, Chumor Ride of Rana, and Richard, and the Moving Road, do whatever you pilih yung coding to the Quran would kill all of them for diplomatic corps and all of them rain at of television din na radong ang pilawin, pili kumulpatin. Yung pili all of them region SPC, Pacific Island Forum, pili kong region Chamber of Commerce lo Medjuro, Yalaber of Chibankwik, yung all of them ibaligi ako kasi yung ganang pili yun. Brugagawin Brother Chineran Chimeran with Injiraga to Jim Chargaga to Chimney. Philipum would all live in all of them. Corana man, Adrian and Ruto, Philipum. Philippi in the ram. Lero Gisco, Philipum. Yahweh and Pudibinim. It is my great honor and privilege to stand before you tonight as the Presidential Envoy representing our President, Dr. Hilda C. Heine, and our beautiful nation at the 15th Triennial Conference of Pacific Women.
We are proud to be the first host of this important meeting in our Micronesian region. So yung kapubok, katay kayo naman. I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. President Heine could not be with us tonight due to unavoidable travel delays. However, she will join us on Monday to address the conference at 1:45 p.m. I would like to take a moment to recognize and extend my gratitude to all the delegates who have traveled from afar to be here with us tonight. Your presence enriches our discussion and strengthens our collective resolve to make meaningful progress on the issues we face. The theme for this year, 15th Triennial Conference is Unpilingaling Kova Yagaman Lonato, which translates to a collection of droplets make an ocean, captures the power of collective effort. Each of you, like individual droplets, contributes to the vast and powerful ocean of change and progress. Together, we are capable of creating waves that can transform our world. In our matrilineal society, women hold roles that are both sacred and indispensable. We are the Karainyoyo, the nurturer. We ensure the well-being and growth of our families and communities. We are Lejaman Churi, the peacemaker who resolve conflicts with wisdom and grace. As Chinarilokobo, we are the protector who safeguard our heritage and values. Embracing island pain and correct, which signifies that these islands belong to women. We also embody the spirit of Karemenuna, Karinchuan Chabuyo, serving as the provider, preservers of all things Marshallese. These roles are not mere responsibilities. They are the essence of our identity and the pillars of our society. I also wish to recognize and appreciate the presence of all our Maman and Marongro, the Milugun Mamoy, brothers who are with us here tonight. Your presence here underscores the importance of inclusivity and partnership in our effort in advancing the well-being of our women and communities. Together, we can foster an environment where mutual respect and collaboration pave the way for a better future. As the special presidential envoy, along with my esteemed colleague, the Honorable Minister Jes Casper Jr., Minister of Culture and Internal Affairs, I am thrilled to extend heartfelt recognition to the Ministry of Health and Human Services and the International Organization for Migration, IOM, for their outstanding effort in organizing the first Young Women Leaders Pre-Triennial Conference that took place yesterday. It was a success. Kung lupunya mo, kapag this groundbreaking event has set an inspiring tone, empowering our young women to emerge as future leaders while fostering meaningful dialogue with the women who paved the way before them. They'll join us on Monday, the young women that participated yesterday. A special comodada to the Ministry of Culture and Internal Affairs for their visionary leadership over these past few months, guiding us to this pivotal, uh, pivotal moment. I am excited to announce that for the first time, we will be using tablets and going paperless for our meeting here in Majuro and perhaps soon other Pacific countries. Jujum Kapobok. This leap forward signifies the dawn of a new era and a fresh beginning for us all, embracing technology to drive progress and sustainability. The 15th Triennial Conference of Pacific Women and 8th Meeting of Pacific Ministers for Women is supported by Australian government through the Pacific Women Lead at SPC program and the Project Governance Initiative funded by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, and is hosted by the government of the Marshall Islands. Our deepest gratitude goes out to our partner who have made this event possible. The Secretariat of the Pacific Countries, SPC, the Pacific Island Forum Secretariat, PIPS, the World Health Organization, WHO, the people and the government of Australia, and the people and government of India, to all local partners, civil society, and private sector. Your unwavering support and contribution are invaluable to our secret mission. Kayurot work. Together we can. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to our traditional leaders, especially the core committee and government offices involved in supporting this event. Your efforts and dedication are deeply appreciated. This conference is a testament to the unity of Pacific women. It is a platform where we can share our stories, our challenges, and our triumphs. It is a space where we celebrate our achievements and strategize for a future where every woman and girl can realize her full potential. As we gather here tonight, let us remember that our shared experiences and collective voices are our greatest strengths. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and it is our duty to pave the way for the generation that follows. I am eminently proud to be a part of a community that values collaboration, empathy, and empowerment. Together, we can address the pressing issues that affect us all, from health and education to climate change and economic stability. Together, we can create a world where every woman and girl is valued, respected, and given the opportunity to thrive. Here's to a successful and inspiring conference. Komoltada, and may the good Lord continue to bless us. Good morning.
Komoltala Senator, we have a special presentation this evening put together by the Karaino Korane Club, also known as the Kio Club. And if I may invite up to the stage President of the club, Angeline Heine Ramers, to introduce the presentation.
Mukdada kamolo liroj temerilang kencuan jodo neman ngan meur meje meur kile rojero le rojero ilo imo mani roj kile chairman lani kadua kagagiyo temer lojen mataudo prejadaneo member ro ilo cabinet imro yuan nabijale distinguished delegates. I will be doing my introduction to our presentation in both Marshallese and English. And I'll start with our language, Marshallese. Cinarilo kobo, leja mancuri. Lumaro pikir-pikir koloyo. Keren cuan cabugoyo. Cicogain, capan kanani mi kamelele carbalagoan kare. Cuan carbaleo, im cedian jej melalake. Pata belban auruk, carbalan cuan mama, carbalan cinen cuan family. Yagoyan ciner, kamagutol. Yagoyan ciner, kagubarmit. Yagoyan ciner, kalak cugujugun per. Yagoyan ciner, karreg rudel. Rudel roy imret, kalak cuan ailing. Kejujit per chodinin, imrainin gan yagoyan ciner. Chodinin, cikemi mi cicu yan karero. Imrar kota kailang kainar, kalagay, imkam mejajaygi. Ebol karero, imemyer modiman, imrajakoy atayr ilopudioin, imcik kambane. Patabi kaccidagip tambokon kay memejum kaude, karero ciner, imrar kajabarok, imkadagan kajojagan yaway. Rainin cik meron per, pacik cudag yawan iron karero ciner. Cinerilo kobo, leja mancuri, lumaro pigubur koloyo, keren cuan cabugoyo. These are just a few of the many Marshallese words that describes the role of a woman. A role most respected and sometimes overlooked is one of a mother. The love of a mother is immeasurable. It can move mountains. A mother's love heals. It brings people and communities together. A mother's love builds leaders who build nation. In fact, we are all here tonight, because of the love of our mother. Today we pay tribute and honor a few of the many, many, many women who have built our country. Women who have nurtured and encouraged daughters and sons. There are many women that are not named in this video, but I want you to remember them and keep them in your memory. We are here because we stand on the shoulders of our mother. So please join us as we pay tribute to women that build this country. Komoltaba.
Come on.
Omol Kyo for that beautiful presentation. I think we've reached the end of our program, at least the end of our welcoming program. We do have another program after this, so don't go anywhere. But before we close the welcoming program, I would like to invite back to the podium Reverend Lawson Madaldo to please close this part of the program, but also extend our blessing to the dinner program. Reverend.
More MC. Yoi barjar. Perjuangan kamu lakukan. Pemilihan tabrak program image cinon na conference again chilu an career which jibal island gain what aparaj belagan island gain Pacific Islands. Kumulkan na ako kamar ramaja karan auragan yanin. Tamak career in which may participate the conference again chilu and can you dog limoyer. Can I join you ngan career in which ngan kalik island gain kalik island gain will Pacific. And a money to be career. General program win and a county man, Gentilong and Jamlongin. But John Allen, Kamul, we are the program in Pelogin and conference in Chilu, Imagino and Monday one Malo, Elangan Kilam. It was Zanako, a mile or within a Jenin, Mojana one mile participate table gain, a mile table gain, John Allen Kitara money. Kaji bang keceraman kem kaki, rorat ke boji keceraman ya. Lepas kem keceraman kerana ini wajib. Ina take part the program ke hari cilo jalan mana. Keceraman main perconalan dan kan pernah kan awal mana aku batu jadi. And then kem ceram nabarum kamulak wani labat jam milam. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God our Father, and the fellowship of our Holy Spirit be with us all, now and forevermore. Amen.
To our VIP guests, please stay seated. Your food will be served to your tables. For all our honored guests in the back, the line is open. Please help yourselves. The food line will start on the right side, so please go ahead and grab your meal.
Yagoy olip, kautai komoy kajojo, ilo table may agalay na yan chicken mangay, kachitanga kajang marong ilo kautai, kadalak ranay matareng per ran iwaj manireng, kumol. Another announcement, Ligado Chitak Bar, it's open and it's in the back. Anro Raneto Gulumoyer. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to share that it's BYOB. We forgot the PO, so buy your own drink. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to emphasize on the drinks at Ligado Chitak Bar, alcoholic beverages are on your own. Thank you. Last announcement, in 10 to 15 minutes, the cultural show will begin. Thank you.
All right. Talofa, Bulla, Ali, Ekomormo, Lenwo, Kasalelie, Mogiten, Rananim, Yahweh. My bad. Good evening, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and friends. My name is Jilo, and I will be your host, one of the hosts, for the entertainment portion of tonight's program. I am beyond thrilled to welcome you to the spectacular opening dinner of the 15th Pacific Women's Meeting and the 8th meeting of Pacific Ministers for Women. Tonight is extra special for me because I have the honor of sharing the stage with my one and only auntie, Mama Matu.
Jilo, you're too nice. But Yako, everyone, it's such a pleasure to be here with you all. We have an exciting event for you. And get ready to get your dancing shoes off because there's so much rich culture that's going to be presented tonight. And we're just honored and humbled and very happy to be here with you all tonight. So, Jilo, are you ready?
Of course. Are you guys ready? Is everybody ready? All right. To kick off this evening, we're taking you on a journey through the history of our fashion wear, aptly named Our Woven History, pun intended. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that in the Pacific Islands, weaving techniques have been passed down through generations over thousands of years? Did you guys know that? Well, I didn't.
Because you're too young. So, Jilo, do you know what the three women up there in the Triennial logo represents?
No, I do not, Mama Matu.
Do you guys know? Okay, we're not going to ask all the women that came here because they took their time to read the briefing notes. We're going to ask all the other ones that did not read the Triennial notes. And whatever the prize is, Minister Jess Gasper will give it to you. So can anybody guess? Okay, Jilo, what it is? What is it? You can get the prize from Minister Jess.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So the logo for this year's Triennial Conference, as you can see, there are three women dancing on the ocean. Those three women represent the Pacific, the different groups of Pacific islands. So Melanesia, Polynesia, and Micronesia.
Yeah. So we don't want to talk. As you know, we love to talk. But we want to kick off the evening tonight and embrace the magic of our heritage and for you all to enjoy an extraordinary evening with a gift of the Marshall Islands. So, Jilo, you have any final words before we start?
Let the show begin.
Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Marshall Islands, Our Woven Heritage, the Karain Orane Fashion Gala, an evening where tradition and modernity beautifully intertwine. Tonight, we embark on a journey through time, exploring the rich history and vibrant culture of the Marshall Islands through our creative expressions.
Our story begins in the heart of the Pacific, where our ancestors first settled on these atolls. Over many centuries, the fabric of our unique heritage was woven. Our people have shared this history and its accumulated wisdom through pueblenado, or storytelling. These stories have shaped our identity and inspired our artistic heritage. We dedicate this evening to our foremothers and fathers whose fingerprints are forever imprinted on our culture. Join us as we honor the past, celebrate the present, and look forward to a resilient and sustainable future. Thank you. Komoltada, and enjoy the showcase.
Kotulagam lugo jame jagunga am jodune the bodin konja bigur charagara nan richaragara konja pujila turunga tuaro yo wala yo makasina yo ugun yari lupa ite dun wakir kalau chok koyo gagi chok yain red puliye ijinim red kere wajla ye Kuju maybe John Wine, Karagarchor, we watch up Chalapangai, watch up Chay.
Kayani marai arjino atar tarimeto lo ayara jaga lalin ailang ko rela ar kaman menin morko ko rajala ganalo ko kan ailang ay wire mengarta ako takil lalin kar kajolater menin morko ye rayo kalarier emeno taramit jen pa ko ilang ngane ko yung ren in halibero chuan mar me jaro alowa techemerong kileo wanchen wan menin meur ko rachito tak chapaya boy him chemarong kileron menin meur ko rachap marong lo chinir him yoko rach auto autak.
Long ago, when all was water, Loa, the uncreated, was alone in the sea. Said Loa, and the islands rose out of the water. Said Loa, and reefs and sandbanks were created. Said Loa, and plants appeared. Again, Loa uttered the creative word, and birds came into being. Then, lo, I made 4 gods for the 4 directions of the sky, and a white gull to encircle the heavens forever. Yurod commanded the west and the south. He was told to regulate the winds. Lagamaran took charge of the east and was named the one who twists the daybreak. Laliligyan was the northern man who brought death. Loa then sent a man whose name is forgotten. He was responsible for putting the islands in order. When Loa looked down and saw that the world was now ready, he sent 2 tattooers into the islands to mark every living thing with its own mark. And every living creature, including women and men, bear these special marks today. More than 3,000 years ago, our ancestors set out into the vast Pacific, its horizon endless. In voyaging canoes, some capable of carrying up to 200 people, they maneuvered, mastered, and befriended the ocean. They communed with the stars, waves, and their realm's creatures, coming to know them so intimately they could navigate blind the great Pacific.
Honing their navigation and voyaging skills over successive generations, they became experts in seeking, discovering, and setting new islands across the vast Pacific. The voyagers who discovered our atoll archipelago molded what little land there was, spreading a civilization with a singular language covering nearly 1,000 square miles. In these early times, coconut palms, breadfruit, taro, and pandanus were plentiful, furnishing food for the people, as well as building materials for canoes, houses, sails, weapons, tools, clothing, and fine handicrafts. Days are spent harvesting and harnessing these resources, working together to support each other, worshiping the ancestors, and celebrating the fortunate bounty with dances and songs of celebration. These were the islands of Relic Radak, or Island Kainar.
Ladies and gentlemen, to help bring life to some of the creations and customs of the past, we welcome the much acclaimed dance group, Ebobo Bungin, women and men from the atoll of Ailuk.
According to Marshallese folklore, the flying fish, known as Jojo, was spotted at the ocean side of Ailuk, overlooking Luguboyam and Lolidiluk. At a certain season every year, the people of Ailuk would witness a spectacular view of moving flames of fire and silver flashes from the wings of the Jojo as they glided over the ocean in these 2 fishing grounds. This continued for years until one night the chief and his men set sail, following the flames. Upon reaching Luguboyan, the closer of the 2 fishing grounds, they were bewildered when faced with dwarf-like beings called nonips, carrying their tul, torches, and their ogun bobo, or fishing nets, to catch the jojo. Every night thereon, the people of Ailuk practiced and mastered this fishing method. The tul was used to attract the jojo, and the ogun bobo maneuvered skillfully to catch the jojo by the local fishermen. Today, the people of Ailuk are known to be one of the best navigators and most skillful catchers of the seasonal flying fish. The costumes worn by the dancers represent the characters in this folklore. The men's skirts, or in, is a representation of the noniep, and the dresses worn by the women display the beauty of the jojo, with the scaly blue hue and the wide wingspan that defines the abundance of fly fish in the atoll of Ailuk. The jojo itself is a delicacy in Ailuk today. A specialized dish called a latuma is a national dish made from the half-cooked jojo with a pandanus puree stuffed in the stomach, a dish only made to serve the people on special occasions. We offer our jojo dance as a gift to you on this special occasion.
Ngarampal! Yolo chatudu! Ngarampal! Yolo chatudu! Ngarampal! Yolo chatudu!
Kajara gini jangan. Hechua!
Kagaray!
Hechua!
Kagaray!
Hechua!
Kagaray!
Kagarea, 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 kagare. Kagarea, kagarea, chegua.
Yes,
Seret below.
Ako putin kalway turun kay turun lang. Maman ka doon na. Ito, lubag, at sabak.
In the Marshall Islands prior to contact, women and men wore what is known as nirer for women and kal for men, made by the weaving of jagir. Fine woven mats made of pandanus leaves. Marshallese were known to have made some of the most intricately designed and finest mats in the Pacific, a fact that is still true today. The weavers were highly specialized in this area as the mats are both time consuming and require a very special patience and skill to make. Young girls learn how to make them by sitting with their mothers and grandmothers as they wove. There is a symbolic tradition in the structure of each mat, which describes Joey or lineage, roles of the chiefs, Leirod and Lerod, land rights, and the love of parents towards their offspring, and the bonds of each Joey. Much about important aspects of society was conveyed through the structure and the motives of the Niere. Traditional Marshallese dress for both male and female left the upper body unclothed and covered only the lower body and the thighs. Men's dress consisted of clothing mats which would last for about 1 year in constant use. Two types of wear could be distinguished. Leyaboy, where the corner of the mat is pulled between the legs to the front and tucked into the belt. The other three corners are tucked into the belt at the back and the sides. This type of wear was used for daily work and fishing, but considered inappropriate indoors in the presence of chiefs. The other way was kal, or tuman, whereby the mat was worn in an apron-like fashion.
On festive occasions, chiefs would wear a grass skirt covered by a mat hanging over at the front. Adult women wore 2 mats, one covering the front and one the back. The mats were held in place by a belt. In traditional times, a woman's dress changed the moment she became visibly pregnant. Men did not wear any other clothing. Tattoos usually adorned the body. Tattoos and dress form integral and inseparable parts of the overall attire. This mutual exclusiveness of tattooed areas on the body and the area covered by pieces of clothing has been observed in cultures all over the world. Marshallese tattooing and mat motifs were drawn from the environment surrounding the Marshallese people, the sea, the land, and the trees. They are firmly rooted spiritually and conceptually in the environment. Both men and women were tattooed. However, regular people needed the permission of the chief to receive a tattoo. Men and women wore their hair long and adorned themselves with shell jewelry. Enlargement of the earlobes were pierced with shark tooth. This was common among men.
When the missionaries arrived in the Marshall Islands, Marshallese people did not know who they were or where they came from. They wanted to scare them away, so they pounded rocks together. Women would try to cast spells and do black magic to scare the new people away. Western ships were burned. Some were even beheaded. Due to the commitment to protecting their lands, the Marshallese were almost successful in isolating these islands, and it took several attempts for the missionaries to settle. It was not until the arrival of the Morning Star on Ebon Atoll in 1857 when the Yuroj allowed them ashore.
The missionaries have arrived.
Christianity came to the Marshall Islands when the Morning Star missionary ship arrived on Atoll Ebon. The Marshallese called the missionaries the outsiders, rebelle, or people who wore clothes, because of the conservative clothing they wore.
By the late 1840s, the Protestant missionaries had arrived introducing Christianity, changing the Marshallese way of life. This advent of the church created a new opportunity for earning social status and respect as a church leader, regardless of birth or family connections. The missionaries preached honor of the Sabbath, and Sundays became a day of rest and worship instead of work. Our models are addressed to show that during this era, the church's requirement converted dress to a modest creation, and with the introduction of Western goods and accessories. These early missionaries were Protestant Americans and native Hawaiians who began writing the Marshallese language, enabling islanders to record their knowledge and skills in their own language. Within 20 years of the arrival of the missionaries, they had successfully built schools, taught reading, math, and geography, in addition to Christianity.
By the late 1840s, the Protestant missionaries had arrived introducing religion, changing the Marshallese way of life. Followed were the Germans and some Americans around 1860, introducing the copra trading. However, it was the Germans who began economic development in the Marshall Islands. This was through the exchanging of the German mark for plantations of coconut trees. In 1886, the Marshall Islands officially came under German protection. By 1914, Japan took control, changing the administration to a military system form of discipline and protocol. The change introduced the fisheries and the school system, adding on to the economic development introduced earlier by the Germans. In 1945, the United States won the war against Japan, taking control of the Marshall Islands from 1945 and used the islands from 1947 to 1968 to test and drop 67 nuclear bombs. The nuclear testing played a pivotal role in the U.S. winning the Cold War against the former USSR and has become part of our legacy. In 1979, the citizens of the islands of Marshall Islands rose up to ratify their new constitution, thus becoming a republic.
We have reached an important juncture in the history of the Marshall Islands, a time where the future political status of the island nation was decided. In a 1978 plebiscite, the people of the Marshall Islands voted to separate themselves from the other island districts of Micronesia from the Trust Territory umbrella. The vote aye, yes, referred to accepting the proposition for a single unified Micronesia, while the vote job, no, was to separate the rest of Micronesia and pursue separate negotiations with the U.S. In 1979, the Marshallese people adopted their own constitution, thus establishing a multifaceted system of a government, a combination of a parliament, democratic, and a traditional system. The traditional chief, Yiro Jalapalap Amada Kabua, was the elected president of the newly independent Republic of the Marshall Islands. Late Evelyn Cano became the first woman in the Naditala Parliament.
One of the many symbols that the Marshallese people take pride in is the flag of the Marshall Islands that was adopted upon the start of self-governance in 1979. Designed by Emmeline Kabua, who served as the First Lady of the Republic. Among many songs and dances reflecting the social and political changes of this time is our next performance. The song entitled Blagin Mayo was composed by the late Almira de Broom Momotaro, a patriotic song describing the colors and meaning behind the Marshallese flag. The dance and dress are by Delta Karstang. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our young flag dancers.
Trouble.
اللي ما غيظم سني بغيا ريا غلا يولي صوب اللبن طلعت مازل بلو لما غسر رمانيرا لو زيني من يقيا وسيم سيرت
design has features that symbolically describe the Marshall Islands location and has distinct meanings. The young girls you see are wearing our traditional flag. The blue on the flag represents the Pacific Ocean. The orange is a traditional color of the Marshall Islands, symbolizing bravery and courage. The white represents peace and brightness. The orange and white stripes represent the two main chains of the Marshall Islands, the Raleigh chain, which is orange, and the Radak chain, which is white. The expanding width of the stripes signifies the growth and vitality of our country. The star represents each of the 24 municipalities of the RMI, with the 4 longer points symbolizing the capital city of Majuro, and the administrative districts of Kwajalein, Wache, and Jalot. These longer points also form a cross, symbolizing the strong Christian faith of our country. Christianity, as emphasized in our flag, is very important to our people. Today, Marshallese enjoy the freedom of religion, freely able to practice this right afforded to us by our nation's Constitution. Other political highlights during this period included the establishment of a compact of free association between the U.S. and the Marshall Islands in 1983, promising the people of the Marshall Islands U.S. economic aid and military support, among other things, in return for rent payments for the use of Kwajalein for military purposes. It was during this year that U.S. President Ronald Reagan announced his Star Wars Strategic Defense Initiative, initiating intention of the U.S. government to lease Kwajalein. In addition to the political and economical developments, social and cultural changes were seen during this period as a result of outside influence that was ushered in through large amounts of U.S. funds channeled through the Compact of Free Association. The 80s was a significant period as it was the era that linked the Marshall Islands to the rest of the world.
Emat kisah biru, kenapa naik rais bajero? Aiban geroro, tidak buat cakaru, kepelak boy cangaru. Eden tu lokal, anak kasih rulion pan, yang ada celok iyal, yang mengnoi ligin tabal.
Our models are showcasing the different styles in this era to show the dynamic transition visually through the 80s attire.
One, two, three, go!
As a visitor to our islands, if one drives around Majuro on a typical Sunday morning, you can be sure to see the beautiful real ladies, handsome Wulio gentlemen, and their adorable children dressed in their finest attires. Marshallese people today take pride in this freedom and show it through what they wear. In the Marshall Islands, we take religious freedom very seriously, that on Sundays, we take this time to rest and spend quality time with our families. In addition to emphasize the value of religion and being able to express its value through the wearing of special formal churchwear, the modern Marshallese also takes pride in the freedom to accessorize their modern clothing when going to work or just staying at home.
To work, Marshallese women gets all dolled up in beautiful local made dresses. Marshallese men likewise put on the local island wear. Our models are presenting contemporary attire enhanced with handicrafts sourced from our local craft shops. Visitors and locals both love to accessorize their modern daily work or homeware with Marshallese handicrafts. We call these handicrafts amimano. Amimano is a borrowed term from the Japanese language, which means to weave something. The flowers, earrings, necklaces, bracelets are all handmade and made of natural fibers from coconut fronds and pandanus leaves, woven intricately, made them one of the best handicrafts in the Pacific region and in the world. Our closing number tonight will be performed by the reigning Miss Marshall Islands, Miss Claret Chongum, and fellow misses representing other atolls and islands. Traditionally, when a young girl is born, her umbilical cord is planted under a pandanus tree so that she may grow to be a skilled weaver for the family. The dance shows the different steps of weaving a Marshallese fan or rel, which is woven from both pandanus and coconut fibers. The rel that she dances with is an example of the elaborate variety of rel created here in the RMI. Most Marshallese women still make their livelihoods and support their families through weaving, helping to perpetuate the traditional Marshallese proverb, Gara Iman Kul, describing a woman and her talents. We honor and thank you for your invaluable role in keeping our manat and traditions alive. We would also like to pay a tribute to Oceania, the ways in which history continues to weave our people together through difficult, traumatic times, as well as through moments of joy and celebration.
Feel the breeze from Miss Marshall Islands Israel. Be reminded of her strength, creativity, and beauty in the mingle of droplets that make this great Pacific Ocean forever home.
Walongan gom ligadun masilre imole bengai mananain walongan gom sirong ini masilre Limaro pikir-pikir kalau ya yang situ yang meluda kalau ini masa raja kamadret seramanian sirong ini masa raja kamadret ya koi semorin kajubu yimak Sedangana gilena sirongini majal seki jage bang subu wen seki seki Sedangana gilena sirongini majal seki jage bang subu wen seki jage Epoko dom tatu date maijo langa selenga ta kimi mugili goyangana rang kimesi ne tap Epoko dom tatu date maijo langa selenga ta kimi mugili goyangana rang kimesi Yawe dimai kajeng kimi jaga mai senot What's it way to come up? Kimi jamai, kaje tele kimi sen mokoyam, ese lengatak, wen walak, asu kizagin reling, parjuan. What's it way to come up? Kimi jamai, kaje tele kimi sen mokoyam, ese lengatak, wen walak, asu kizagin reling. Ini yo di puedo ganana no kalaigi. Observe Triennial participants. We're gonna na makalaki lo lemay. Wasi wedo ko makanito may. Wasi wedo ko makapong may. Dosang na tanubaka serere. Wasi wedo ko makanito may. Wasi wedo ko makapong may. Dosang na tanubaka serere. Distinguished guests, please, round of applause to our ladies. This is how the Marshallese women produce their rel. These rels or fans bring abundance to the Marshallese people and bring charaman or good fortune to our people. Senop! Masimirere lak serobani nan sirongin ni madel seramane wan sirongin ni masel raja kamandel relewe je belebel relewe larigiri relini pogodo ka seraman ngana harme sin masel relewe je belebel Relewe larigiri relini pogodo kamolol ngan arnesin masel Emolebwe relewe se belebel relewe larigiri relini pogodo Kamololangan every triennial participant arme sinimase.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our journey tonight. From the echoes of the past to the vibrant colors of today, we hope the rhythm of our roots remind us who we truly are as Pacific Islanders.
Let's close the night by calling up all of those that took part in making our woven heritage, the Triennial Fashion Gala, a success. Welcome back our models of the Jagi era. Kapokobok. Models of the missionary era. Kapokobok. Models of the 80s era. Our flag dancers. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Models of the missionary era, models of the 80s era, models of the modern era. All right, modern coming up. And another one for our production team. Our Ebabo Pungun from Ilok, Kapokobok. Hadarak Band, Mawe Band. And finally, your organizers for tonight's show, members of the Karain Okarane.
Models, on the count of 3, you will then bow. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. We hope you enjoyed our show. Thank you, Gomortada, and have a blessed night.
The dance floor is officially open.
Bring on your dancing shoes and let's get it on.
Are you ready, Major? We meet in a يغوك سمي السرجر طوق جمي يوم الطاو مضمونا يوم الطاو مضمونا يغنى يغوك جمي السرجر طوق جمي يوم الطاو مضمونا يوم الطاو مضمونا ويتفقدوا ريلي من لو بوغي مكسيرا طايب لو بوغي مكسيرا ماين يتفقدوا أمين طمان قابل بليق موضوضي قابل بليق موضوضي ويلي سنوي 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 واسمعني ويلي سنوي 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 واسمعني ولكن يغوك دمي يسترجل طوق دمي يوم الطاو مضمونا يوم الطاو مضمونا يغنى يغوك دمي يسترجل طوق دمي يوم الطاو مضمونا يوم الطاو مضمونا ويفقدوا ريلي من يملو بوغي مكسيرا ما يملو بوغي مكسيرا ما يتفقدوا حبيب طمان قابل بليق موضوضي قابل بليق موضوضي ويلي سنوي 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 واسمعني ويلي سنوي 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 واسمعني واسمع ماما ريما ماما سبرنا هاتوغارينا أنا رمجرو إيمانك يوم هوا إيدي سوريا واسمع ماما ريما ماما سبرنا هاتوغارينا أنا رمجرو إيمانك يوم هوا إيدي سوريا ويلي سنوي 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 واسمعني ويلي سنوي 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 واسمعني ويلي سنوي 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 واسمعني
Chuchuan. Churro.